Okay, so today we want to do a little behind the scenes video. I'm going to load up either one or two of my backpacks here, and I'm going to head to the closest state park. And I want to do a video talking about a couple things for my mortgage business. And this is going to be a behind the scenes of shooting that video, which will include camera comparison. When you develop a collection of gear, it's hard to decide what gear you want to take when you're actually going to go record a video. So my two options of bags, a bigger bag solution, and then a little sling bag solution. The sling bag solution is pretty slick. Take our Canon R8, slap it in here, and then there you go. Now you're wearing your little sling bag. Pop, got the camera, ready to rock. Back in, ready to cruise. Okay, so that's pretty nice for having a sling bag. And of course, if we switch to a backpack, it's a little bit bigger of a production. But then you're gonna have a whole backpack on. You're gonna look like, hey, I'm going to social studies. I did my homework on time, don't worry. But you can fit a lot more stuff. So if I'm going to take the Blackmagic camera, that's when I would be using this bag. And when I just want to use my Canon R8, I'll use this bag. Now the Blackmagic has way better image, but it's harder to record myself. Half of what I put into this bag is on the camera, but I think I would want to take a 50mm lens, and I want to take a 24mm lens, which I have on there, and then I'll take the camera. I've already got my matte box in here, which has ND filter, so that's ready to go. This is ND 1.8, so there's 6 stops of ND, and we do have a spare microphone here, which I'm not sure if I want to use this. This is the Diety D3 Pro. Okay, so this is the sling bag action. Camera right here, boom. That's all I have, just one lens, 15 to 35. I have room for one more lens, so I could put like my 85mm in there, which would be kind of cool. And then in the top, I've got an ND CPL, so a circular polarizer, neutral density filter. I've got the base of my gimbal. I've got my little gimbal plate, put my cell phone in here, and this is more low-key than wearing a full-on backpack. Even for this, I wouldn't even need a gimbal. Okay, so we will switch our cameras over, and we'll show you what an effort it takes to get the Blackmagic camera rigged up. Here is our beautiful Blackmagic cinema camera. It's a 6K full-frame camera, and then that'll be the backpack to compare, and we will see, is this really worth the extra effort of carrying a backpack instead of a sling bag just to get that Blackmagic factor. We've got the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K full frame powered up. Our exposure here looks pretty good. Can we see what we're working with? But yeah, we'll go ahead and compare this with the Blackmagic Cinema camera at 24mm with 6 stops of neutral density and go from there. Okay, peace. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. So here we are on the Canon R8. We're trying to mimic the exposure that we just had with the Blackmagic Cinema camera, and it's going to be interesting to see how these look side by side, trying to compare them and really see if the dynamic range is that much different. I suspect this is like, whatever, percentage of 20% difference between the two cameras, I think. So if the dynamic range on this is about 10, I think the Blackmagic is probably about 12. We'll see what we get. Let me throw on my false color here, just make sure nothing is overexposing. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So this should be a pretty good match, and this should be the full range of exposure. Getting pretty lucky on the conditions here. So, okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. So we've got the Canon R8 with the DJI mic. I think it's the mic 2. Anyways, this is the audio. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Jeff Lathrop, Things and Stuff Media. Lathrop Radio. Well, normally I say, hey guys, testing, 1, 2, 3. DJI lavalier mic. And I actually have this plugged into an actual lavalier mic, and then the DJI thing is in my pocket. We're running that straight into the camera, and we're going to compare this to the Diety D3 Pro microphone. Okay, hey guys, Jeff Lathrop, Lathrop Media, Things and Stuff Radio, testing, 1, 2, 3. Peter picked a pipe of pickled peppers. Peter presented his podcast poorly. Oh, poor Peter. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. That's it for this one. Let's switch to the other microphone, and we'll go from there. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. So now we switched over to the Diety D3 Pro, which is an on-camera shotgun microphone. We're gonna see how this sounds compared to the DJI mic, which I was using previously. And I think I'm gonna like this one better, just based on personal experience. And so let's get out and do this little hike. We'll check out what we're getting into. Okay, cool news. I just broke a sweat, which you guys have been working from home. just gonna come right out with it. I have not broken a sweat in a long time. So this is good for me to get out and breathe and challenge my cardiovascular health. Shout out to my buddy John Baxter. He's been doing these crazy workouts, like, you know, lifting 400 pounds and up for depending on the lift. So shout out, buddy. He's going crazy. We're about the same age. I just turned 40 and it's commendable. So I'm inspired to keep up my health because I have, you know, a young family, and that's a good thing to do. So not only is this a footage test, a microphone test, it's also exercise endurance for Papa Lathrop so that I can make sure I have a nice long life and take care of my family.